Welcome to all you Scorpios. Here's your monthly horoscope for May of 2019. And it's your full moon this month. There's also a new moon in your opposite sign. So quite an interesting month for the Scorpios. Although in general, it's not the biggest month. It's not a month where big changes are about to come. I mean in general, that is more of next month, when your ruler Mars is going to oppose Saturn and Pluto and the nodes are involved. So it's quite a very important month next month. But for the Scorpios, May is a bit more a focus on relationships. I mean in general. And it's a nice energy that you Scorpios have, because although you have Uranus in your 7th house for a long time, so that means all of you Scorpios are changing your attitude around relationships. Now you've got some pretty good planets that are entering your sign of relationships with this, which is Mercury and Venus. You know, that is in its own sign. Venus in Taurus in your 7th house. It's fantastic if you are single to meet someone new, and it could be quite rapidly, quite very fast, that like a relationship establishes itself, and because of Uranus there. And if you are so there could be someone there on the 4th of May. There's a new moon as well, so new energy. If you are in a relationship, and it could mean that, and it has been a bit tough for you, it could mean that there is a new start because of the new moon on the 4th, and it could also mean that there is more understanding from your side of their point of view. Because of Venus in the 7th house, there is more a gentleness, a willingness to get along, you know. And that's nice. It's also, you will perceive others as more gentle, more easygoing, so to speak, and beautiful as well. They always say that Scorpio rising men always have very beautiful women because of the Taurus 7th house, and vice versa, you know, that women with Scorpio rising, they tend to have men who are very gentle, very kind. Anyway, put in the comments if you agree or not agree with that. Having said that, this is a very nice energy to start. And then the full moon will be around the 18th in your sign, especially when you have planets around 20 up until 29 degrees of Scorpio. You'll feel that the most. So again, it's a lot about what you need in a relationship, what you want in a relationship. And but there's also, there's certainly someone there. Even when you are single, there must be someone in your mind, or that catches your eye, and there is some new developments there on a relationship level. And it's supposed to be pretty positive because there's not that negative energy around it. Now, that's the fun part. So on the relationship level, go out there, meet new people, and do whatever you need to do. Now, the tough part is for you in a area of our life that is not quite life-changing, but that could be pretty interesting in the long run. And that is that I made a separate video of Saturn and Pluto and the South Node all in Capricorn and what it means for every sign. But still, that was for April, but also in May. So in May, you will be having Saturn very, very close to the South Node. And that is for you, your 3rd house. I talked about it earlier, but it's still a continuation of those old structures, especially when you have a bit of a rigid form of thinking. You know, you think that way and it's your way or the highway, if I'm exaggerating now. But if you're a bit like that, it could be a hard time for you. And it's the best attitude to take is to review and to open up your views upon life, because that's where the North Node is, and it's also for you, dear Scorpios, where Mars will be there, especially the midst of the month and onwards. Mars in Cancer in the 9th house means that you could develop new opinions, you could develop new the things that you believe in, basically. You know, someone with Mars natally in the 9th house They can really, really get very excited and passionate about what they believe in. So it is for you. But there is a renewal there. Because you let go of some old ways of thinking, some old ways of, maybe you're reading always the same books, or maybe you are watching the same channels on YouTube or whatever it is. It's now a time to see it a bit broader, to see a bit more of the helicopter view, and it will serve you for sure. Because when you change your belief systems, which is actually what you're doing, you change your life. And so being active on that path. For some of you, it's about learning and studying, so that you are, maybe you're ending another study for you to try to start a new study. So that could mean like you're ending high school or whatever, or in order for you to go to college or whatever it is like, it's more likely for you that you're ready now for a new opinion, a new view, how you see the world, basically. And that's going to have an impact on your relationships, and that's going to have an impact on what you need in your life to be happy. You know, the full moon in your sign at the very end of Scorpio. So pretty interesting. So it's time for you to travel, it's time for you to study, it's time for you to teach, it's time for you to read books, different books, it's time for you to study a new language, maybe it's time for you to get very active. Maybe a new blog, maybe a new website, maybe a new YouTube channel. These are all ninth house stuff. And on a very spiritual level, it could mean that you get more active towards your connection with the universe, with God, if you like. You could get pretty active and pretty, that you are going to make some changes there as well. So very focused on relationships, but not all of that. You know, you Scorpios, you are very serious, and you're very serious about what you think and what you believe in. And because, you know, Scorpios are normally very strong-minded people, and they won't take as easily an idea of other people very easily as others do. But now it's time to open up your mind and free your mind, and the rest will follow. That's a song. Which song is that? I don't know, but maybe you know. Anyways, having said that, I wish you the best month ever. I wish you a very good month. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next month. And of course, if you want a personal reading, get in touch. Bye bye.